One night in the Lamzhe Yeshiva in Petach Tikva, the Beis Medrash was dark due to a power outage. And one Talmud stepped out for a moment and came back with matches and a candle. And within seconds, his Gemara was back open and he was learning totally undisturbed. That Talmud was Reb Chaim Kanievsky. And that was the way he lived his entire life. It was all about Torah. He had an uncompromising schedule of learning. He would wake up in the middle of the night, say Tikkun Chatzos, and then he would begin. Learning 8 dapim of Talmud Bavli and the corresponding Yerushalmi, 5 dapim of Shulchan Aruch, 3 prakim of Rambam, 9 dapim of Mishnah Berurah, 1 parak of Tanakh, 1 parak of Tehillim, and a daf of Zohar, culminating in a siyum on Kol HaTorah Kula every single year. On Erev Sukkot in 2001, Rav Chaim became sick, and it was only after Yontif that the family realized that he had suffered from a major stroke. And after the day meal of Yontif, they had to drag him to his bed because he was so ill. Yet as soon as he was settled in his bed, he requested a Gemara Bava Metzia, and he began learning and completed his 8 dapim that he had to do that day. And he didn't just learn it, he remembered it. There's a story told about an individual who was looking for an obscure Maimer Chazal, and he went to ask Reb Chaim. And Reb Chaim thought about it for a moment, and he took a step and he said, "It's not in Talmud Bavli. It's not in Talmud Yerushalmi." And he took another step and then he said, "It's not in Medrash Rabbah, not in Yalkut Shimoni, not in Mechilta either." And then after another step he said, "It's in the Zohar." Reb Chaim had Kol HaTorah Kula on his fingertips. And within Reb Chaim's rigorous schedule of learning, he was able to publish dozens of Sfarim. And this love that he had for Torah extended to all of Klal Yisrael as well. At certain times each day, the steep staircase outside of his house on Rehov Rashbam was packed with people snaking around the house. Politicians, businessmen, educators came to seek the guidance and the advice of Rav Chaim Kanievsky. People with tsaras that were sick, that were poor, that were childless would come to Rav Chaim for his inspiration, his advice, and for his brachas. And he had something specific to say to every single one of those people. There was a certain point in time that Rav Chaim was in pain, and the doctor was called right away, and they asked him, "What's bothering you? What's hurting you?" And Rav Chaim responded, "All the pain and suffering that I'm hearing from Klal Yisrael, that's what's causing me so much pain." One Friday afternoon, he was counseling an individual for an hour. And his sister asked him, "Who is that individual? Is it somebody that you know? Was it a matter of life and death?" And Reb Chaim said, "No." But he initiated the conversation telling me that he's had a problem for a while and hasn't found anybody that would give him an attentive ear to listen to his issue. So I decided that I'm going to listen to him and give him as much time as he needs. And with the numerous people that Rav Chaim saw every single day, somehow he managed to never forget about anybody. Like the individual who came from America and handed Rav Chaim a kvittel, asking for him to daven for health for him and his family. And he was expecting the regular buha, short for bracha v'hatzlacha, that Rav Chaim would say to everybody. But he was shocked when Rav Chaim started asking him, "How is your family? How is everybody doing?" And when Rav Chaim saw he was surprised, he said to him, "You don't remember me? Around 60 years ago, your father brought you to the Chazon Ish because your father was concerned for you. And on your way out, the Chazon Ish asked the Gabbai to find out your name so that he could daven for you. I was the Gabbai, and I have been davening for you every single day for the last 60 years. And of course, so many came to Reb Chaim to receive his brachas. There's a story told about a financial director of a yeshiva that had to pay off a debt of 120,000 shekel and didn't know how he was going to pay it. And he went to Reb Chaim to receive a bracha. And Reb Chaim, of course, gave him a warm and a big bracha. And when he left the house as he was walking in the street, a father of one of the Talmidim came over to him and he said, "You know, by any chance, do you need a loan of 120,000 shekel? Because if the yeshiva needs it, I'm more than happy to lend it, and you could pay back in installments." And in addition to his in-person meetings, Rav Chaim would respond to letters from all over the world. He would get between 50 and 100 letters per day. Questions in halacha, questions about how to act in certain circumstances, musar, hashkafa, no matter what, Rav Chaim would respond. Rav Chaim was a living demonstration in our generation that greatness in Torah, avoda, and midos tovos is possible to anyone who really wants it. And thinking about the life of Rav Chaim should not only inspire us, but it should also obligate us. Is it possible that I could take on a little bit more learning, a little bit more chesed, a little more sensitivity to be able to emulate the ways of Rav Chaim Kanievsky?